chilly autumn night in the quiet suburbs of Ravensfield, Ohio, the Turner household sat under the ghostly hum of an old ceiling fan. The crisp air seeped through cracked window panes, carrying with it the forgotten whispers of a small-town town where secrets never truly die. It had been 15 long, agonizing years since their only daughter, Emily, vanished without a trace, an event that shattered the facade of ordinary life and cast a long shadow over their family. The news that once buzzed through the community faded to silence. Search parties disbanded, and neighbors moved on, but John and Linda Turner remained prisoners of the past. Behind tightly shut doors, they carried a dark secret that clawed at their every thought, twisting their nights into endless torment. Then, in the dead of night, a sound broke through the suffocating silence. The shrill, unexpected ring of their old landline phone. Linda's hands trembled violently as she reached for the receiver, expecting nothing more than a wrong number or a prank call. But what came through the line chilled her to the core, a soft, haunting voice of a woman, older, deeper, yet unmistakably Emily's. "Mom, Dad, it's me. I'm coming home." The words echoed like a ghostly promise, sending a shiver down their spines. It was as if the years of silence and shadows had suddenly breathed life again, awakening a past they thought was buried forever. This was no ordinary call. It was the first crack in the dark, a sinister invitation from a daughter who had crossed the thresholds of life and death, and who carried with her a message darker than the night itself. Guilt gnawed at the couple, haunting them every day since that terrible night. Years before, after a fierce argument erupted in their home, Emily had suffered a tragic fall down the stairs, her life ending in a heartbeat. Panicked and terrified of what might happen if the truth came out, John and Linda hurriedly wrapped her small body in a blanket and drove into the shadowy woods beyond town, burying her beneath layers of cold, damp earth. They hoped the story of a runaway would keep their secret safe, but the truth clung to them, poisoning every silence and every glance. The ominous phone call 15 years later unraveled any semblance of peace they'd found. That night, as rain lashed the windows, strange noises filled the air. Emily's old music box began playing from behind her locked bedroom door, and the door itself creaked slowly open, as though inviting them back to the memory they tried to forget. Each night at exactly 2:13 a.m., the hour Emily vanished, the echo of footsteps reverberated through the upstairs hall, and on the bedroom mirror, the chilling message, "See you soon, Mom," appeared, scrawled into the fogged glass as a terrifying promise. The couple's nightmares had become real, and their past refused to stay buried. Driven by an overwhelming sense of dread, John ventured into the shadowy woods, trembling as he searched the grave where Emily was buried. As he pushed aside the tangled branches and damp earth, he uncovered something horrifying, a fresh disturbance in the soil that hadn't been there before. His hands trembled as he brushed away the dirt, revealing Emily's childhood red ribbon resting atop the newly turned earth. It was pristine, perfectly clean and unstained, as if it had been plucked from another time, a cruel reminder of her innocence lost. An icy chill crept through the trees as Linda, overwhelmed by fear and guilt, finally broke her silence. She admitted her deepest remorse aloud, confessing her role in that terrible night and the terrible choice they'd made. Suddenly, the atmosphere grew unbearable. A cold presence seeped into every room of the house as if summoned by their shame. Shadows moved in the corners, slipping just out of sight, and a faint, unsettling feeling of being watched took hold of them. A shadowy woman, her face hidden by darkness, began slinking through the rooms, her figure barely more than a flicker of blackness stitched into the fabric of the house. Linda, trembling with terror, felt Emily's wrath swell around her. Each night, the same eerie signs intensified. Cold spots lingered in the hallways, inexplicable whispers echoed in the dead silence, and each time they dared look, a dark, faceless figure was lurking just beyond their sight, a specter of their own making, haunting their every waking moment. Finally, Following a ghostly call that chilled them to the bone, John and Linda crept through the fog-drenched woods, their hearts pounding wildly with terror and long-buried regret. The mist hung thick and heavy around them, swallowing sounds and shapes until the earth beneath their feet seemed to pulse with unnatural life. At Emily's resting place, the soil suddenly heaved open like a monstrous yawning mouth, tearing through the silence with a grim inevitability. From the dark void emerged Emily herself, but she was no longer the sweet, innocent girl they remembered. Instead, she appeared as a gaunt, hollow-eyed woman, her face carved with lines of betrayal and deep, unspoken pain. The air grew colder as Linda collapsed to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably, begging for forgiveness that would never come. Yet Emily's eyes held only icy resolve as she spoke, her voice a whisper full of warning. "You can't bury your sins, you only feed them." Suddenly, thick, gnarled roots snaked up from the ground, wrapping tightly around John and Linda, dragging them down, screaming into the earth below. Throughout it all, Emily stood silently, watching, unmoving, a living shadow of vengeance unleashed from beyond the grave. A week later, a new family moved into the Turner house, completely unaware of the dark, festering history hidden within its walls. The locals whispered nervously about the house's sinister reputation, about the voices and shadows that clung like a curse. Every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., the old landline phone rang, cutting through the silence with a chilling call from beyond the grave. No one dared pick it up, fearing what might answer on the other end. But inside the house, that faint whisper of Emily's voice lingered, haunting every room and hallway. It was a haunting reminder that some nightmares are never truly buried. They just wait, year after year, silent and patient, until someone finally listens. If you dare, share this story with others, and remember, sometimes the past doesn't stay dead, and the phone might ring for you next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more chilling tales that will keep you awake at night.